dogs, puppies. They come in all shapes and sizes, from little chihuahuas to massive Great Danes. And video games, they're both common in this world. But there is an overlap between dogs and video games. And today, I'm going to be talking about that. That's what I'm going to be talking about. You always have your humble companion, may it be in battle in Call of Duty, or roaming the Commonwealth in Fallout 4. Pixelated powers have become normal commonplace in most video games today. So there's a little bit of history with dogs in video games. I tried Googling it. I could not find anything. The earliest thing I could find was, remember that game, Duck Hunt? It had that dog in it. I'm pretty sure its name was Duck Hunt Dog. Duck Hunt was released in 1984. So that dog, if it was a real dog, would be dead. That's all the history I could find. I googled so long to try and find anything. It was oldest dog in video games, other things, dog history, video games, kind of stuff like that. That's all I could find. So instead, I have compiled a list of video games that have dogs in them and the date of that game's release. It's just a list. I do have to give it a little disclaimer. Hear ye, disclaimer. I haven't played some of these games, and I definitely haven't finished some of these games, so some of these dogs I don't even know about, but here's just a Google search of just a bunch of dogs and what games they were in and when it was released. So here's the list. Of course, we're starting off with Dog Meat from Fallout 4, which was released in 2015. We have all the dogs that are in Undertale. Why is there so many dogs in Undertale? I got a list of them all. I'll stand to the side so I can pop them up here. We've got Lesser Dog, Doggo, Greater Dog, Dogamy and Doggeressa, Temmie, Endogamy, and Annoying Dog. The game likes dogs. Toby Fox, Mr. Toby Fox likes his dogs. Undertale was released in 2015. We have Isabelle and KK Slider. I do have to say, that's not all the dogs from Animal Crossing. That's just the ones I'm going to say. Animal Crossing, the first game, was released in 2001. I don't know if KK Slider and Isabelle was in the first game. I'm not bothered to look it up. Do it yourself. We have Chop from 2013. We have Chop from GTA 5, which was released in 2013. He was a great companion in that game. You could do stuff, and you could kill people with him. He was cool. Barbas from Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, which was released in 2011. My dad's outside. No, I'm waiting for him to leave so I can continue recording. He's gone. We have Barbarous. I already said this. I've not completed Skyrim, so I don't know if he's good boy or bad boy or dog or... Google said it was a dog. We have Gromit from Wallace and Gromit. My handwriting is atrocious. The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, which was released in 2005, and we also have another Gromit from Wallace and Gromit, Project Zoo, which was released in 2001. There was the Bolt game based off of the movie, which was released in 2008. Not the movie, the game. Next on the list we have Parappa the Rapper, the first game, which was released in 1996. And then followed by the second game, released in 2001, and then followed by the remaster, which was released in 2017. Coming up next on the list, we have Rex from Fallout New Vegas, which was released in 2010. Not played that one, can't say if he's good boy or bad boy. I'm gonna say he's the predecessor of Dog Meat, because I'm presuming that's where Bethesda got the idea from. Next, we have... Hold on, I had to restart the camera, it stopped recording. So I'm a bit confused now. Next, we have Nintendogs from Nintendogs. That was a classic game. If you were born in the early 2000s, You played this game. I played this game personally. I have no clue where my copy of Nintendogs is. I doubt anyone does nowadays. But it was a classic game, which was released in 2005. Love that game, everyone has. If you don't like that game, I hate you. Yeah, and that's where my list ends, because there's so many games. So many games with dogs in it. There's too many games, to be frank. There's enough. Stop with the dogs. Don't stop with the dogs. They're adorable. So I would list every game and the date, but I'm not going to, because that would take too long, and I don't want this video to be an hour, especially since it's my first proper one. Okay, so dogs in video games are amazing and special, because they allow people who don't have dogs, for whatever reason, to be able to have that little companion, even though it's through a screen and it's done virtually. And I gotta say, I love playing a new game. I love launching up a new game that I've never played before, strolling around wherever, finding a dog, and then if the developers of that game allow you to pet the dog, even though it's virtually, it still brings me joy. So much joy. It's a depression cure. It's a cure for depression when a developer allows you to pet the dog. And yeah, unfortunately, at the beginning of October, my own dog Oscar, here's a picture of him. He was an amazing dog. I loved him dearly, and he passed away at the end of October, the beginning of October. And as someone who's had so many different types of dogs and so many different animals, dogs are so special because they bring people together, they bring families together. And even if you don't like dogs that much, if you go over to someone's house and they have a dog, and you're not terrified of dogs, of course, then you could just walk up, and they're friendly, they're just great. Dogs are great, and when they're in video games, they are very great. And I don't know how to end this video, so if you've probably got this far, which means you probably liked the content or not. You're probably someone I know who's seen this video and is like, I'm gonna fucking pick on him for that. And if you are, fuck you. Anyway, if you watched this far, you've probably liked this video, and why is there a timer going off? Back to the outro. So you've watched this far, you like the video, please consider liking, and if you've liked the video, and I want to make more, subscribe. I would say, like, here's a video to watch, but there's nothing appearing there, because this is the first proper video that I'm releasing to this channel. I do have to say, fuck it. I'm ending the video here. Goodbye.